Hey, bonjour mes amis, and welcome to another adventure in French. Today's adventure, well, something a little different. Not a vocabulary study, not a grammar study. Instead, I'd like to teach you the Pledge of Allegiance to the American flag. Yeah, now that's a little bit different. When I first began taking French, and we'd get together with family, and my aunts and uncles would find out that, oh, he's taking French. I would always get the request, oh, say something for us in French. And at first it was just okay, and I'd say bonjour, comment ça va, that kind of thing. Just little phrases to try to impress them. But then in school, our French teacher took the time to teach us the Pledge of Allegiance. And so after I learned this pledge, the next time I gathered with family and that request came up to say something in French, I was able to whip out this pledge. And boy, was it impressive. It just knocked them out of their socks. So I'd like to do that for you today. Give you something that you can proudly say the next time someone says, say something for us in French. All right, here's how this is going to work. As you can see, I've divided the pledge up into 9 lines. First, I'm going to go through and tell you what each line means in English so you can hear how close this translation really is to the pledge that you know and love. Then after that, I'm going to go and read through each line in French so that you can begin to hear that pronunciation. All right. Then after we're done going through the pledge line by line, I'll finish up by saying the pledge through in its entirety 3 times. One starting off very slowly, then the next time getting a little bit faster, and then the last time closer to a normal speaking speed. All right. So we're going to begin. Notice in French it's called Le Serment d'Allégeance. Okay. Line number 1 actually says, I swear loyalty. Line number 2, to the flag. Then line number 3, of the United States of America. Line number 4 translates, and to the republic. Line number 5, that this flag represents. Line number 6, a single nation, indivisible. Line number 7, under the watch of God. Line number 8, with the guarantee of liberty. And then line number 9, and of justice for all. Okay, so you can see it's pretty true to the pledge that you know. It's actually a very, very good translation. All right, so let's go through now line by line, saying it in French. Line number 1. Je jure fidélité. Je jure fidélité. Line 2. Au drapeau. Au drapeau. Line number 3. Des États-Unis d'Amérique. Des États-Unis d'Amérique. Line number 4. Et à la République. Et à la République. Line number 5. Que ce drapeau représente. Que ce drapeau représente. Line number 6. Une seule nation indivisible. Une seule nation indivisible. Line number 7. Sous le regard de Dieu. Sous le regard de Dieu. Line number 8. Avec la garantie de la liberté. Avec la garantie de la liberté. And line number 9. Et de la justice pour tous. Et de la justice pour tous. Okay? And when you're learning this by heart yourself, feel free to come back to this recording, and you can pause it, at any time to hear this line by line. Okay, now let's say it again in its entirety, this time very slowly. Okay, here we go. Je jure fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique est à la République que ce drapeau représente une seule nation indivisible sous le regard de Dieu, avec la garantie de la liberté et de la justice pour tous. Okay, a little faster now. Je jure fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique et à la République que ce drapeau représente, une seule nation indivisible sous le regard de Dieu, avec la garantie de la liberté et de la justice pour tous. Okay, and now more toward normal speed. Je jure fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique et à la République que ce drapeau représente, une seule nation indivisible sous le regard de Dieu, avec la garantie de la liberté et de la justice pour tous. Okay, some things I want you to look out for as you're saying this or learning it. Notice whenever you have these monosyllables, and that means one syllable, okay, that ends in an E, such as je, and then, let's see, we also have it with se, and then we have it again with le, okay. All of these have that same sound, that sound, je, se, le. So remember that as you're pronouncing these words. It's a very nice, forceful sound, okay. Je, se, le. Notice also, anytime you have an E with an accent aigu over it, it has the long A sound in English. A. We have it here in fidélité, État, Amérique, République, représente, liberté. It's always that A sound, all right? So it's fidélité, État, République, représente, liberté. All right? Also, notice that there are going to be some times when you're going to make what we call liaisons, and that is where you're going to take the last letter of that is normally silent, normally a silent letter from one word, and attach it to the beginning of the next word. All right? For example, here with des États-Unis. Okay, normally these words separately would be des and état. But in order to make it flow smoothly, you know how the French love to have their language sound beautiful. So in order to make it flow, we're going to now take this silent S and actually pronounce it. But it's going to have a Z sound. So we're going to say des États-Unis, des États, see, des États. And then we're going to do the same thing here with the S on état. Normally that's silent, but because it's followed by a vowel, the French want us to pronounce it, okay? Because you can flow that sound easily into a vowel. Not so with a consonant, but with a vowel, yes. So, again, we're going to take this normally silent S. Since it's followed by a vowel, we're going to pronounce it now as a Z. So it's going to be États-Unis. So we have two in a row here. Des États-Unis. Des États-Unis. And you can see that sounds better than des États-Unis. Okay? All right. We also have it down here with the word a. Okay? Normally, it's just pronounced a. The T is silent. Means and. But it's followed by a vowel. And so the French are going to let us pronounce this T now. But when we do, it's going to change the pronunciation of a just slightly. Instead of having that A sound, it's going to become et. All right? So instead of saying est à la République, we're going to say est à la République. All right? Est à la République. All right? And that sounds better than saying est à la République because we don't have those two vowel sounds mashing up against each other. All right? Est à la République. All right? Let's see. Don't forget, of course, your nasal sounds. We have that in, let's see, I guess we come up with it in représente, représente, that EN, all right? Nation, on, that ON in nation, représente, nation, garantie, garantie, okay? So remember to make nice nasal sounds. And then this word, indivisible. All right, that's a mouthful, even in English. And in French, we have this nice nasal sound at the beginning, this IN, which is the un. Okay, un, indivisible, indivisible, indivisible. All right, indivisible, indivisible. All right, notice too with this L, we do not say indivisible. All right, don't do that. The French don't do that, and it just sounds kind of, I don't know. It's just kind of a rude sound in French to end it with that blah sound. You actually end on the L sound, which we don't do in English. We don't like to do that, but you do in French. So it's indivisible. Indivisible. You hear the L there? It's not very forceful, but it's there, and that's where the sound ends. All right? Indivisible. All right? Let me see. Notice down here the word tous. Normally this word is pronounced tu. The S is silent. However, when it follows a preposition like this, we get to pronounce the S. So it's going to be pour tous. Pour tous. The other pronunciation thing I want to make you aware of is the U all by itself. When you see a U in French that's not followed by any other vowel, it's just standing alone, it has a unique sound that we don't have in English, and that's the U sound. U. It's like saying a long E sound in English through rounded lips. And you might want to try that. Just round your lips, pucker up. Round your lips and say a long E sound through those, and it comes out U, U. So this is je jure, not je jure, je jure, ur. Let's see, where else do we run across that? Well, we have it here in justice, justice, I, not justice, justice. Justice. We have it here in République, République, not République, République. Okay? That's something that takes a little bit of practice, but it's well worth it. Oh, we have it also here in in, not un, in. Do you hear the difference? Un, in. All right. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. It's just a sound you have to practice because we don't have it in English. All right, so let me say this for you one more time, okay? I'll go line by line, and then I'll let you go. Okay, here we go. Je jure fidélité au drapeau des États-Unis d'Amérique. Est à la République que ce drapeau représente une seule nation indivisible sous le regard de Dieu, avec la garantie de la liberté et de la justice pour tous. And I hope you'll practice this. I hope you'll learn it by heart and really impress your friends and your families. And I'm almost out of time, so I have to say au revoir, à bientôt, mes amis.